Hey guys, Zombie Killer 101 again, and I'm here with episode 6 this time of Tokyo Ghoul. Episode 6 is a very, very sad episode. So I'm going to try to lighten the mood as much as possible. So we coming off the episode with Nishio and Kimi, his girlfriend, and right off the bat, Tsukiyama and Toka are having their battle out, because as you remember in episode 5 we ended it with Toka getting ready to fight Tsukiyama. So they start fighting and whatever, and Toka's going all out, just whooping him. And at first Tsukiyama was like just absorbing these hits, but then, I don't know what it was, but Toka was just overbearing him. And I just want to pause for a minute. So, for the past 2 episodes, Nishio has just been getting his butt handed to him. In episode, what was it? Well, 5? At the beginning of episode 5, he got jumped by 3 dudes. And then at the end of episode 5, he was getting stabbed and beat up by Tsukiyama. And then in this episode, if not again, he was getting stomped out by Tsukiyama. It's like, how are you still alive? Because Kaneki almost killed him. Then he came back. Then he almost died again and Kaneki saved him. So he escaped death 3 times. That's more times than Kaneki. Kaneki only escaped death once. So these ghouls know. They pretty much are immortal, cause you should have seen Nishio taking this beating. What I don't like about this anime is they censor a lot of good stuff, which is not a huge problem because the manga is not censored, and I'm pretty sure once Tokyo Ghoul comes out on DVD or something, it won't be censored. Or you could just search uncensored version of this anime and watch it. But yeah, they censor a lot of stuff. But even without the censor, you could tell this is just a brutal beatdown. And Nishio was getting the worst end of it. Protecting his girl, that's love. I really hope episode 2, that was Kimi that was sitting on his lap, that he was going to get something from. Because if he's risking his life like this for a girl and he cheating on her, I don't see the sense of that. I don't see the sense of that. Like I said in episode 5, these episodes will not matter if he's an unfaithful, low down, dirty player. I really hope that that's not what it's about. But he took Drake to a whole new level. I mean, he getting stomped out for his girl. That's love. That's love. So Toka takes down Tsukiyama. He only been around for 3 episodes, man. Really good villain. I hated to see him die. He was weird, he was funny, he was creepy. Everything you wanted in the video, Tsukiyama was. And they took him out already. So, like I said before, the pacing in this anime is ridiculous because we already got one of the major villains gone. And guess what, you guys? The Men in Black return. The little dudes with the suitcases came back, bruh. They back. They back in action. I'm gonna get into that a little bit later. But so the church fight scene ends, and Toka goes to take out Kimi because she says she knows that Nishio and Kaneki are ghouls, and she thinks that Kimi was going to turn them in. So she said that she had to kill her in order to keep everybody safe. And Nishio's like, "No, you can't kill her." And she's like, "No, I'm taking her out." So then she get ready to take her out, and Kaneki mentions Toka's friend. She was like, "What would you do if your friend was up there and was about to die? You wouldn't kill her, or you wouldn't let somebody else kill her." And then, she takes a shot at her, and once again, Nishio defending his woman. That's love, bro. Props, Nishio, props. He really didn't made an impact to become one of my top favorite characters. You is still my favorite character. You, the dude that makes the mask, is still my favorite character, 100%. But Nishio is the second best right now. Is you, Nishio, and Hai. Those are my 3 favorite characters for this anime. And so he steps in front of the little shards that Toka throws at Kimmy. And then Kimmy's blindfold comes off and she's just looking at Toka and goes, "You're beautiful." And Toka, I guess, never really heard someone say that to her before. And it's like, because she feels as though, because she's a ghoul, she's a monster. So she doesn't feel beautiful. She doesn't know what beauty is or how to respond to it. So when Kimmy gave her this compliment, she freaked out and left. And like just was overbearing. It was overbearing hearing that from someone. And that's sad that most ghouls probably feel this way. That because they're ghouls, they can't be beautiful, or they're automatically, stereotyped as a monster. And Toka's going through that struggle. So she does again what she did in the last 2 episodes, which is she goes in her house and she just sits there playing sick. She doesn't do work. She just sits in her house all day. Didn't go to school. She's just chilling because it's like she's going through an emotional time right now, and she has to get through it before she can go back out in the open world. And if Toka's not in her right mind, I wouldn't want her out walking around, because she's scary. Full power, she's legit scary. That, I'm telling you, Batwoman a ghoul, she's ridiculous. Nishio ends up working for the shop, so he's a part of the team now. And this episode really focuses on Kaneki's little sister, that little girl that we saw in like episode 3. It goes back to her and her family. And remember when I said that her dad's paying child support and he's supposed to be some low down dirty scum? Apparently I was wrong. Apparently her dad is like a scientist and he's a ghoul as well, and he works for another ghoul. And the reason why they can't live with him is because it's too unsafe for them to live together. Because the ghoul that he worked for is basically the guy from episode 1, which is the Jason Voorhees dude that carried a little ratchet. I don't know if I mentioned him before, but it's this one super powerful ghoul that appeared in episode 1 for like a split second, and he's like ridiculous powerful. He looked like Jason Voorhees, only he 20 times faster than Jason Voorhees. I mean, this dude mad ugly. I'm not kidding. Like, he need to rock a mask for real. Like, he need to go pay a visit to you quick. And his name, ironically, is Jason. Yeah, Jason goes to the little girl's dad's place, and whatever her dad was supposed to be building for him, he came to pick it up. And then her dad goes, "I need you to stop coming here." And then he's like, "Okay, I'll stop coming here," being sarcastic. And then he just like starts beating up on the little girl's dad. He got what he wanted. Now he's gonna take old dude's life, and that's kind of messed up, because it's like I thought from the beginning that their dad was just some awful person, and it turns out that he was just really trying to make a living for his family. And then as the little girl and their mom are talking about reuniting the family, he's dying thinking about it. It's kind of sad. So this Jason Voorhees dude is pretty heartless, and this is where the Men in Black return. So the guy that was cutting people up with that briefcase, he comes back, right? They get ready they suit up. I finally found out what was in those briefcases. Apparently, what these guys, these ghoul investigators do, they take the special abilities that each ghoul has, because you know how each ghoul has their own little special weapon that they can use to fight. They take those special weapons and turn them into weapons of their own, and that's what they keep in those briefcases. That's why they was able to slice up some ghouls with them, because it's basically other ghouls' weapons being used against these ghouls. Like, these investigators are ruthless. They're more ruthless than the ghouls are, if you ask me. So yeah, he takes out this lightsaber thing and he starts charging at Jason, and like, Jason is fast. Like, I thought Toka was fast. Jason is on some whole nother level stuff right now. And he just playing with him, and he goes, "I guess I can spare y'all 2 minutes." So he started fighting these ghoul investigators, and I'm gonna let you know, these ghoul investigators are getting their butt kicked. The whole time while this is happening, little girl dad is on the floor like half dead. So then once Jason leaves, they go back to her dad, and then he gets up and tries to defend himself, but it's like to no avail. these men in black just come up and chop him down. And he died. Yep. So little girl dad died, and they don't get to be reunited. And they took his special weapon that he had and made it into a weapon. And then later on in the episode, Kaneki goes to Toka's house to check on her because, like I said, she's in her house all depressed, and Kaneki got on some real light skin shit. So he goes to her house, knocks on the door, and just starts talking to her about how, you know, humans and ghouls can learn a lot from Ishio and Kimi. Just trying to explain to Toka how he really can see how humans and ghouls can one day live peacefully. I mean, he was on some real light skin stuff right now. You know, they had their little talk, and then he walked off. Cuts to the little girl and her mom talking, and the little girl says, I want to go to the mall to get a new book because Kaneki taught her how to read the whole book that she was reading. Because remember, Kaneki was teaching her how to read. Again, Kaneki and these books, man. They go to buy another book, and on the way back from the bookstore, the little girl smells her dad and goes running into this alley, and then that's when the men in black people are right there, and it's 4 of them, and they all trap her and her mom into this alley, and they whip out the weapons and they get ready to go to town, and little girl mom, you know, powers up, and then she tells her daughter to run, and she takes her final stand with these men in black people. And little girl go running in the rain, tripping over people and knocking over. What I don't get is, I see a little girl running and crying. I'm gonna ask her what's wrong. These people see a little girl running and crying, and they act like they don't even see her. Ghoul or no ghoul, it's still a little girl running and crying. Y'all being real bogus. I mean, she just tripping over people, bumping into people, and they just pushing her. Kaneki walking down the street. So eventually, what I'm thinking, because they didn't show it, they left it kind of on a cliffhanger, but I think what's going to happen is Kaneki's going to meet up with the little girl and go help save her mom. At least that's what I hope is happening. I really hope that this girl don't lose her dad and her mom in a matter of 2 episodes, because that would be really sad. I don't know. Her mom just might die. I'm really thinking that's what's going to end up happening. But it was a good episode. It was very fast-paced, because we just found out the backstory of what was really going on with her dad, and then not even 5 minutes later he dies. So I mean, think about it. Because at first they just introduced the fact that they didn't live with their dad 2 episodes back. Now they gave you the reason why, and then kill him off. So, and the way it's going, it looked like that her mom gonna die too. So yeah, there you have it. Episode 5 and 6. I'm gonna try to give you episode 7 and 8 later on in the week, and then by Thursday I should be all caught up, and I should be giving you episode 9. My school schedule is looking kind of tight, even though I only got 4 classes. Yeah, Tokyo Ghoul, I'm loving it. I'm gonna give this episode a decent 7, and reason why I'm giving it a 7, I was gonna give it a 6, but I like the fighting scene, even though the Toka fighting scene, for sure, Toka and Tsukiyama fighting scene, that was really good. And the Jason versus the Men in Black fighting scene, both of those are really good, so that's probably why I'm giving it a 7, is just for the fighting scene. But as far as like the whole episode as a whole, it was really sad and slow paced. Slow paced as in like not much progression happened, like basically this family is getting destroyed, and I'm trying to figure out the point of this all being told. But yeah, basically this family's getting destroyed was the whole main focus of this episode. You know, little girl misses her dad, and then we finally figure out why she can't live with him, and then he dies. The episode was really sad and really slow paced. It wasn't a lot of progression, and it was just a bunch of death. And I don't think the death is done. I think we're still going to start the next episode off with some more death. So I'm probably going to edit this tomorrow and have both of these videos up by tomorrow night. So stay natural and survive, you guys, and live better than well. Regardless to this episode, still a great anime. I like it. Comment, subscribe, Let me know what you guys think. Share it with your friends, man.